Hello friends, welcome back to Netcode-Hub channel. I'm glad to see you again on this project. So for those who are watching this project for the first time, we have this project in for now we have the first one and this is the second one. So I've named it as series 1 because a series contains a lot, almost 5 or 6 sections or lessons. Okay, so we try to build up e-commerce site in using Blazor WebAssembly. So in the previous project, that's the series 1, we're able to create a product, display the product. As you can see over here, we have a badge, and also we can click on it to go to details. We can click this to increase the number of items that you want to buy. We can do that. Okay, so that is a simple thing that we did in the previous video, and this is going to be a series 2. So we're not going to go back here. We're going to continue on by creating the categories, the cart, login, and the product details, adding to cart, and etc. These are the things that we are going to be doing in this video. Okay, so if it's the first time, then I strongly or I highly recommend to watch the first video, and I'll put the link under the description so you can just go in there and check those videos. I have it in 2 sections. The first one is the starting from scratch, and that is about 2 hours. So if you're able to watch starting from the 00 hour to the last minute, you're gonna get the whole idea of creating this. But for those who have the basic knowledge in designing e-commerce sites, then I have also the quick review version, and it took almost 40 minutes. So you can also go through that and grab that as well. So I'll put the link, both videos links under the description, so you can decide to watch whichever that you want. Okay, and this video too, after creating this video, I'm going to make it also in a quick review version. So that's going to be the explanatory section. So but here we're going to start everything from scratch by continuing this to create categories. As you can see from here, we're going to add our item left in stock. Okay, when I click on it, we have that is the detailed here. So let's go back here. Now when I click on it, you can see we're going to see the detailed here. So in stock, we're going to have quantity. We can add this to cart. Then also there's going to be a category. So if I click on any of this category, I have to be located or moved up to this, and you can see here I have category, that's desktop computers, and I have mine, and even pagination too. We're going to make that work. But for now, that is what we have. Okay, actually I've opened a Bootstrap. I tried to save this offline for an explanation, because you know we're going to use the Bootstrap and other components as well in this project. So that's what we're going to be using. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is what we're going to do first. Now since we have this already, we're going to start by creating our categories here. So let's start and create our categories. So I'll go to my project folder, but before that, won't it be nice if I try to run through the previous code for the sake of those of us who we want to get a revision before you move on. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, so let's try to go through it quick. And so let me close all these once and leave this Bootstrap here, because that's what we're going to be using. Now this is our current project. Okay, nothing much. This is what you can see, and that is exactly what we've done. Okay, so to run through quick with the project that we started, that's the series 1. First of all, we created our connection, and over here that's an app setting.json. This is our connection to a database, and I've also given a link under the description, so you can just go in there and download the code being used for this source code. They're also available, so just go in there and then grab the source code and try to fix it up in where you have errors in yours. I have it also available, so check the description. You're going to see a GitHub link, click on it, and you're going to move on with that. Okay, so don't forget to also subscribe to us as well. Give me a thumbs up in case you like what I'm doing and you're interested in this. Okay, so you can have more of these videos. Aside from e-commerce, you're going to have a lot as well. Okay, so let's go through it. You have there's a database connection. We did that in the app settings.json, as you can see from here. That is the name. Now we have our server as local host. This is the database name as eCommerce demo YouTube, and you have trusted connection to true. Now when using .NET 7.0, you have to add server certificate as true. So aside from that, what we did again, let's see. So we have to create a database context. So this is going to hold, or this is going to create a database for us and try to do all the steps. And we are actually inheriting from the DB context. Okay, so we create a class known as app.db context, and this is the name of the class. You inherit from DB context. We pass in this connection by inheriting from the base options. Aside from that, currently we have only a product, so we pass in a product here to store as a database name. Database table name. Now the table name is product, but what is going to be the field's name? It is using this product model. So let's go to this product model and Solution Explorer and our shared project. You can see we have models, and that is a product. So we created this. Now in each product, we want to have an ID, we want to have name, original price, new price, description, quantity, image, and uploaded date. We set it to today's date. Okay, so that is the properties for each product, and this is what we want to use to set our database table columns. So we have to have a column ID, column name, original price, new price, description, up to uploaded date. Okay, so aside from that, after creating our app.db context class, creating this the model as well, we have to register this connection in the program.ts file. So inside the server project, you can see we registered over here. Then by calling the default connection name, that's what we did in the app settings. We call the name here, then we register this connection. Once done, we perform migration. I hope you know how to perform database migration. Package manager console, then add migration. So add -migration. Then here we give it a name as initials. So here we pass in -0, and that's going to be the output. And this 0, you want to locate this to a folder in the application called data, and the name of this migration that you want to store in the folder is called migrations. So hit on the enter key, and you're going to see this is going to run. After that, we're going to update the database. So we pass in the update database, and this, when you run this query, it's going to create a database for us and create the subsequent tables and their fields for us. Okay, so when you're done with that, it means you have this worked. Now the next thing that we can do here is we're going to create our repository. So repository here is going to be like a service to the server. So the first repository that we're going to create here, it is a product, right? So we create an implementation and interface folder. Now the interface, it is known as the iProduct repo. Now with this iProduct repo, we want to add product, we want to get product, we want to, so this get all product, and we want to get a specific product. So that's what we are doing. Now we are creating a service model. Now this service model here is holding a list of product. It's holding a single of what? Product. So this is holding just a single of product and a list of product and a product ID. So that's also a single product with a product ID. Let's go through this service model and see first. So that's going to be a DTO. The DTO stands for data transfer object, and that is what we use for database and controller or services communication. Okay, so in database, in DTO, we have two aspects: request and response. Request is what is coming into the database, and response is what the database is giving it out as a result. So let's go in there and check the service model that we created, and that's going to be the DTO. So service model, and you can see here we have a list of product, and you can see we have a single product here. We've initialized them to null. We have a success, that's going to be for checkup, and it is a bool. Okay, so either true or false, and you can see we have a CSS class and a message. So that is what we use to create our repository for this interface. So we have to create this implementation class for this interface, and we create that in implementation class that is known as product repo.cs. and here we injected our appdb context, initialize it over here, and with the add product we add the product, as you can see. So product, we create a new response out of this service model. Now we are saying if what is coming here it is not equal to now, then we are going to add this. Okay, we are going to add this product. So then we set this product added successfully. We set the css class as success. You know, css class already as success, so you can decide to take it off. And when success is equal to also true, so you can also take it off. Because when you check the service model, you can see we have this success, and we have what the success here, and we have the css class. So we can decide to do by here we are overwriting it, and you can maintain it as it is. So in here, that is we save that. If it is not, then we are going to say the object is empty. That is when this model coming in here, it is empty. Okay, then what we did again here is to get product. So that's get single product, and as you can see, we pass in product ID. So we first create a response from this service model, and in here we are saying that we check if product is greater than 0. It means product, we have this product here is a number, right? Then we're going to search through the database by using the single or default async. If product is not equal to null, then we set the single product to this product, the output, because this is just a single one, so you pass it to this output and return. Else we display is not found. And all the time what we do here is we use try and catch block to display any error in terms of processing. So that's what we did. And the last one was the get product. So get all list of product, and we create a response model. We get all product, convert them to list, then we set it to product list. Okay, if there's no product, then we display no product. It's also in a try catch block. Okay, now aside from this, we created, so with this it means our API is going to work, but we need to create a controller first. So we go to controllers folder and create a controller known as product controller, and in that controller we inject this product repo. We initialize it here, and with the post add product. So with this post, you see we have action result, and we are getting a service model, and as add product we pass in this object coming in. Now we call the add product from this product repo, and we pass in this new model. For get product, we get product from the repo, and from get product by ID, route get product, we pass in an ID, that is the ID here, and we pass it to this get product, passing the ID. And all of these, the reason why we have this service model here, it is a return type. Now this is returning a service model, so we have to accept it over here. That's why we are accepting the service model here. So with this, we can now go ahead and try the controller. But before you try this controller, you know, when you create Blazor WebAssembly, you can try the API, but the good way or an application or a package that's helpful for you to test your API here is using the swashbuckle. So swashbuckle, you go to your server project dependencies folder, right click, and I will install the NuGet package, and in the package here we install the swashbuckle, and that's what we use to test the API in our Blazor WebAssembly. Okay, so the name is swashbuckle, and let's see the installed one. So that is the swashbuckle.asp.net core. Yeah, so you install this, and after installing we have to configure that. So we do that in the program.cs file. Then you see we have app.use, so app services builder.services.add swagger gen, then configure the middleware pipeline by passing in this use swagger and use swagger UI. When we are done this, you're good to go. So you can just copy this here, you open a new interface and pass in the swagger, so swagger, and it's going to load that Swagger UI. So there's a controller, the API that we have created for now. Add product, and it demands this name up to uploaded date. Now get product is getting all list of products. So let's see, try this out. Let's try execute this, and let's see the list of product that we have. So you can see there's a list of products we have here. Okay, so you can see we have the image, and this image we converted it to base64 string, as you can see from here. The type or the format is image/jpg. So they are jpg images. That's what we use to convert them to base64 string. So we have the list of the product. Okay, so you can see product found, the CSS class is success, and the bool here known as what? The response is true. Single product is null because there's a list of products. We can also pass in, let's get one product ID, and let's see, do you have any product ID here? Product ID 8. So let's see, close this. Now get product ID. So you pass in ID number, product ID of what? 8. So try this out. 8. Execute this, and you can see we have product ID of 8. Now here the product list is null because it is just a single product, so we get the single product here. Okay, so controller or API is actually now working. What you have to do here is to design our form, create a service in the Blazor client project, so we can render the service to the component. So in this, you create a folder known as service folder. Then we also have implementation and interface. So with the iProduct service, we copy and paste the same. So this is the encapsulation. So we copy what we have at the repo, paste it over here, because that's exactly what we are going to do or we need. And the return type here is service model, so do not forget. And we go to the implementation. Now the implementation, what you have to do here is, since we're going to use an HTTP client, we need to pass it. And as you can see from here, we inject HTTP client, initialize it here. And with the add product, this is a new model coming in. So we use HTTP client.post as JSON. That is a route to the controller, and this is the model. Okay, so when you're done, we return the output. Now this output is coming in as a service model. The same thing applies to this get product. So get async, then we pass in the ID, return the result. Get a list of products. So get async, that's the route. You pass in this, return the product. Now if you check the controller, this is the API, and this is the name of the controller. This is a get method. So let's see, if you specify any route there, you have to specify the route here. So let's check this, get product, and this get product by ID. Now this get product here, it is API/product. Let's check the controller and see. So controller, you can see with get product, we have no route here. There's no route. So the route here, default one is the API in the controller. And what is the name of this controller? That is the product. So API/controller gives us this method. Now API/controller/get product/product ID going to get us this product ID, and that's exactly what we are doing here. So you can see we have API/controller/get product/what, the product ID. So that is what we are doing. Right, so when you're done with these services, we have to now render. You can call this service in the component to get the list for us. But before that, we have to create our component first. So we create a component known as product.razor. And now this product.razor, this is what we are doing. We inject the iProduct service. So we create an object out of it. Then with that instance, we create a service model. Since you're going to receive a service model as an output from the services, we have to create also to handle that. So this service model that we have created, when page initializes, we call this method, and this is the definition for the method. So we call the product service.get product. So this is going to return a list of what, or they're going to return a service model. So we create a service model here to handle that. Now this service model, since there is a list, it is going to hold the product list. So we go in there and loop through that product list here. Okay, so the service model product list, we loop through, then we set the various fields here. So this is the card that we are using. As you can see from here, we are using the card, and we are displaying the details here. So with this, I explained them in that video, so I'm not going to go back to explain this, but the source code is also available, so you can just grab that or you can just watch it. What this is just a bootstrap, as you can see. Test secondary, test muted, rounded, and BG danger. They are all that is the bootstrap classes that we are using here. And you can see we have a button known as add to cart. Okay, so that's what we did here. And also we need to get the product detail. So product detail to we do the same. Now this here is going to return a single product, you know, so single product that we return from the service model. And when the page initializes, when the parameter changes, so we call this method as get product. Now this get product here, that is a get product. Okay, so we get a specific product by passing in the ID that is coming in here as a parameter. Okay, then there's an add product to cart, so we are going to do that now. So for now, don't worry, this is just an add product to cart. When that button is clicked, we check if the quantity is greater than or equal to 1, or if the quantity is less or equal to what we have in stock, then move on. Else we can say invalid quantity, because you know I can't buy a quantity which is more than the stock. Maybe we have 10 in stock, I want to buy 12. Is it possible? No, it isn't. So I have to get either 10 or 9 or less than that. That's what we are doing here. Okay, we don't want our application to be like it do anything and it accept it. No, you want to pass it, put it in the right order. Okay, so aside from that, what we did again here is to create the add product. Now this add product, we have a model. So first we create a model for this product that we are sending. Now if we handle this add product, that's going to be the method. So we create an edit form. The model is the new model that we have created, a new object for the product. Then there is a method. As soon as you click on the button, this is supposed to handle the event. Handling the event is going to receive all this. So product name, product original price, new price, description, quantity, and image, right, and etc. So after that, you click on create to get it created. Now the image, what we did was we converted it to base64 string before we upload it into the database. So that is what we have here. So we have an input file. That's the input file. And now there's a method or called event called onChange event. So as soon as you change the event, or as soon as you click or select a file, this event is going to be fired. Now when it's fired, you check through that and you can see that over here, and it fires. We pass in the parameter here that it needs is an input file change event ask. We create an object as e. Now we check the file name if it is JPG. If not, display this. But if it is, we check the format. We create a format here. We resize the image. We convert it to buffer. Then we resize the image to an open stream. Then after that, we convert it to base64 string. We store it as image data. Then the model that we just created, that's the new product, we set the image to this string. So this is just a string now. It is not an image, it is an image string in 64 string. Okay, so and that is it. Now we set the response to this. So if it is successful, this is going to hold that and the class as well. So when you go to the product edit form, you can see we have a div class here, and that holds the alert and the CSS class. So here it is the message and the CSS class. So whatever output that it comes in with the CSS class and the message. If it is a CSS class as danger, it means there's error, it's going to be danger. If it is a success, it's going to be green, and you're going to see that as well. So that's exactly what we did in our application. So in case I want to add product, I'm going to pass in all of these, and as soon as I click on this, it's going to handle that. But if I click on this as an empty one, you can see I have these errors here. So these are validation model, and that's what we brought up here. So data annotation, validator, and validation summary. So with each, we have the validation summary against that, and that's what you see over here. Okay, and these are gotten from the model. So when you check the product model, we have the minimum length, the whatever. These are the properties or the attributes that you want to set against. So the data type here, it is date. The data type here, it is what? Let's see, this is string must be, so maximum is 1000, minimum is 10. So you can't pass in 9, it's not going to work. So if you try that and see, that's the description. If I pass in hey, now let's see what happened. Now you can see the field minimum is 1000 and the maximum is 1000, minimum is what? 10. Good. So that's what we are having now. Now this is just a quick through on what we've done so far, and we've took about almost some few minutes to do that. Now we go straight to it and try to manipulate and get it as we want to. So the first thing that we want to do here, I want to close this first. Now you can see we can, when you go to home, okay, this is what we have. Now we are going to create the delete. Now you can see we can go in there, you can add products, but we can't delete it. We can't update it. There's no category first. So let's create it. Let's create the delete. So delete product. So that we have to go to our server project. Then we are going to go through the repository, iProduct repo. Now we see we have add product, get all products. Now delete product. So you can also return a deleted product to the user. Maybe for confirmation you can return it. So let's copy and paste this service model, and here is going to be what? Delete product. So you're still going to use the product ID. Let's go to implementation. That's a repo, and click on this, the name, control plus period. Let's implement the interface, and we have that here. So that is it, delete. So here, this is what we are doing. We can store this var product is equal to await. Okay, now with this await, since we have this get product by ID, we can call this method to get at the product. So get product by ID, then we pass in the product ID. Okay, so now this product ID here, this product here is coming in as a service model. So we're going to check. So if product dot, so we're going for a single product. Okay, it's not equal to now. So if it is found, what you want to do, then this is what you want to do. So we can say app db contest dot, and that is the product dot remove. So you want to remove single. Now you can see we have range. Let's go back and check. We have remove range. That's why we want to remove a list. So dot remove. You see we have range, but the first one is single. So we pass in this product that we have gotten dot single. Okay, because when you use the product, this product here contains a list and a single product. So you can't remove a list, but rather a single product, because you know this product here, it is as a service model. And this service model, you know already that it has a list and a single product in, plus it has message, status, and etc. Okay, so you move the single product here. Then, so let's call an await keyword. So app dot save changes. Then we want to use the async one. Then you want to set message. So let's see. Let's create var response. It's got to new service model. Okay, so new service model. Now with the response, when you are done, you can say that response dot message is equal to, then product deleted. Okay, you can add this. Then you can set the CSS style. So CSS response dot CSS is equal to, let's use success because it is done. Let's add font weight as bold, and that is this is a bootstrap. Don't be confused, it's just a bootstrap. FW means font weight, we set it to bold. Okay, but in case this is not found, then what do you want to do? So we want to get, so if it is not found, let's issue an else statement. So else block, then we say response dot message is equal to product. Okay, so product dot message. Why are you setting this to product dot message? Now you can see that when it is found, the message is going to be what? Success, because when you check get product by ID, it is returning, you see this returning the product found success, and it is returning, if you couldn't find it, returning this product doesn't exist. It's returning this info. Okay, so you can just, let's set this to danger. So it is returning this. So in case you couldn't find, you see here, if product is not equal to null, but if product is null, it means you're going to return this. So when you call it here, it means you're returning that info when product is not found. So we set this to this. We don't want to override this message again. We want to display that. Okay, and that's what we're actually doing. You can see, and it is returning the CSS class danger as well. So let's do that. In here, where are you having, so danger, and the CSS class, okay, success, and the font going to be bold. And here we want to, the next one here, we want to return response dot CSS class is equal to product dot, is this CSS class? Yeah. Okay, so at the end of the day, we have to return the response. So we don't want to return response here. Okay, so we want to return response at the end. So in case it is found or it is not found, if it is not found, it set this variable return. If it is found, it's going to work on this, skip this, come to the last one, and now send it to this service model. We save this. So we are done with the delete product. Now you see, when we check our I repo, you see we have the 3. So we have add product, get, delete product, right? Okay, so we are done with this. Now what we can do here is we can now go to the controller, and I have the method. So in here we're going to use an http get. So http, now this is going to be a delete. So you want to delete this product. Here you're not passing any route, but this product must come in with what, an ID. So you pass in the route and you pass in ID. This ID must be an integer. You pass in text, it won't work. So you pass in public, and this is going to be a task. Okay, so public, let's make it an async task, and this task is coming in with an action result. So action result, and it's coming in as a service model. So service model, and that is delete product. Now this is coming with int product ID. Oh, that is the ID. So it is coming with ID. So int ID. Now this ID must vary or must be the same as what you see here. So with this, we open bracket and return. Okay, and here we call the await keyword the product repo, and dot delete, a method is called delete product, and this product needs a parameter known as product ID. You pass in this ID, and you are good to go. So that is it. Now let's try to run this and see. So this, it is saving. Let's wait. Okay, so let's refresh it here. Let's run this. Click on this. Now in the running, we want to check the Swagger. Okay, so let's use Swagger UI. So you're going to see a delete method added to the controller or the API, and that is it. So we pass in here, but before that, let's go to get product. Let's pass in ID, that is 8. Let's see. So we have product ID as 8, and that is it. Okay, now let's go in there and delete the 8. So delete, you close this, product ID, try this out, and now 8. So let's first see. Now in the repo, after deleting, we set product single product to now. Is that so? No, that is this one. So let's open this. Now after deleting, we can set the response of this, okay, to the product just deleted. So let's do that. So response dot single product is equal to the product just deleted. Okay, So this product dot single. So it is going to return a deleted product to us. Now let's wait for it to refresh, and we're going to delete the 8. I know the 8 is there, but after deleting, it's going to post the product deleted to us. We wait while it gets refreshed. Delete. Try it out, passing the ID of 8. Execute this, and now let's see. Now we see this is a product deleted, so the single product. Now let's check the information there. Now you see product what deleted. Now let's go there again. Product ID. Try this out. Passing 8. Let's see. So you can see, sorry, product you're looking for doesn't exist. So you can see that here after deleting, it posted this to us. Good. So we have that. Now what we can do here again, here we have the delete product. We have everything as well. And let's see. So there is our product here. Now manage product, because we have add product, but we are not having a deleting product now. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do here is we want to create manage page whereby you can delete the product from here. So let's go there and do it. Let's go to the product solution explorer. Now in our service, that is a client, open it and go to iProduct service, that is the interface, and let's add the same thing. So you can just copy this one and now paste it here. Now here, instead of delete, it's going to be instead of get, it's going to be delete, the same product ID. We save this. Let's go to the implementation class, product service, and you can click on this control plus period, that is a dot, and click on implement interface. And that is it over here. So with this is what we are doing. So we first set so result is equal to, and we're going to use an await HTTP client dot, so delete from JSON async, and it is coming as a service model. So this service model, then we specify the route API slash, and it is product, okay, slash. Then here we pass in the product ID. You close this, but we have to come back to this here and pass in this special character to make this look like a variable. Okay, so when we are done, we can return results, and that is it. So let's see, let's go to our product. Now where we have the list here. Okay, so let's copy that list, that is a product list. So let's copy this list, copy and paste it. Now let's see, let's go for the pasted one and try to add a delete button so we can delete a product from the component. So let's see, so that is it. Now let's rename this as manage product. So it is saving. Okay, so manage product, let's come here and make it as manage dash product, that is the name. And now here the routes, we want to specify it as manage product, so let's specify it over here, manage product. Okay, so that is a route. Alright, so in here let's go to that is a shared project and nav menu. Now in a nav menu, this is what you want to do. So you can see we have, if you come here, you can see we have add product, we have update product, so we can pass it update or delete. Okay, so update or delete product, then we can take off one of these. So with this update or delete, we're going to pass it to manage products. Yeah, so update or delete. Now let's save this, let's run it and see. So if I click on, let's wait for it to get refreshed. Now it's saving, so we wait. Okay, so now let's refresh that. Now you can see we have update or delete. So if I click on this, it is navigating me to manage product, and that's what I have here. I'm inside that component now. So let's go in there and edit that. So here, instead of that is a component, there's an admin, let's go to manage product component. So instead of product, I'm passing here as manage product. And you can see from here, you can see we have add to cart. So I'm not going to pass add to cart. It's going to be an update. Then I can copy this one, copy this, paste this, and now this is going to be delete. So we can now change the icons for this, and let's see, we are changing the icon for this update. So we don't want this one anymore, so let's clear this and OI. Here you want to use an arrow dash circle dash stop. So I want to use this, and with the delete we can use trash. So OI dash trash. Yeah, so we save this, and let's see, let's check in the application when it runs and see whether these buttons or these classes or these icons have taken effect. Update and delete. Okay, so these are all BT and small, these are all small buttons that we are displaying. So let's see. All right, so you can see we have update and we have delete. So we can maybe set this to button as float start, and this delete float end. These are all bootstrap. Okay, so float start and float end. I'm going to move this to the start and that one to the end, so we don't see them as joined together, so we're going to separate them. Okay, so but this is not working. Float, this is supposed to be the start, this is the end, so this is the start, this is the end. Let's see what happened. So float end, and that's this delete button, float end, and it is still there, it is not floating. So let's see. Alright, so you can see it is still loading, so let's see. Okay, so start and end. Okay, start and end. You can delete this, you can update this. Let's change the color of this button. So for delete is danger, but for update we can pass it as warning. So BTN warning. Alright, so now this is the manage. So here with the update, with this method we can actually inject this here. So we can call at on click, then we set this to this method. We can pass this here. So here you're passing the callback, so we pass in, let's use an async, then this method we max it to this method, and we call an await. So we can write handle delete. Now handle this delete, you pass in a parameter that is this product. Okay, so this product dot id. So product dot id. So that is a method that we pass in. You can see we are looping through this, so this is going to be a product. So each of these is going to handle that product.id. Now let's copy this method. So that is it. And now let's come down and paste it and create the method definition. So we can use private async task. We handle this and we accept as ID. We open it and here await. We can use this product service. So product service dot delete, and it is requesting the product ID. We pass in this ID. Then the message that we have here. Do we have message? Okay, so we are not. Now let's create a message. So string message is equal to string dot empty. Then string CSS class is equal to string dot empty as well. Now let's set the message of this. Okay, so now we have this. We can store this as var product, and remember that this product here, it is returning a single product that has been deleted, and this is what we can do. So we can display the product deleted. Okay, so message, so we can say message is equal to product. Okay, so product dot single, then so product dot single. Now here, this, if we set this, let's say dot name. So okay, dot name, so we are setting this name, then we can add deleted. So deleted from the list. So here we check null, so let's pass in this to check the null. Let's delete the one here. Okay, now CSS class equal to product dot CSS class. Let's set this here. Then let's check nullable. Okay, so we save this. Now aside from that, we want to do this. Let's go in there and return the list. So in the, because you want to update the form, if I delete the product, I don't want to see the product there again unless I refresh it before it's going to go out. As soon as I click on delete, it has to go. So let's see. Now let's go to the service product. No, that's a service model, and there's going to be a product repo under the server project. So server project product repo. Now when we delete this, we set this single product to this, and we can also set response dot product list is equal to, then we can get await get product. Okay, so this is going to have an error because this is returning here a service model. So this is what we can do. So we can cut this and now set this as product is equal to this method. Then you can now set response equal to product dot list or dot product list. Get that, so product list. Alright, so let's say product dot, this is not giving us, so var you have product is equal to await. Oh, so this is supposed to be a product, and now product dot list. So this is getting us, this is going to return a single product and a list product. Okay, now we can try that in the controller and see. So let's see in our controller. Let's wait for it to reload. Reload. Now let's find another ID again. So product list, let's get the product list first. So try this out, execute it. Now we are having a list, so that's the ID 1. Okay, so ID 1 has Honda G140 saloon car. Now let's see. So we are going to delete it. So delete passing, try it out, passing 1. Now this is going to return a deleted product and a list of products. So let's see. Now come here, you can see we have this is the product list. Now if you come down here, you can see we also have the single list. This is the one deleted now, and that is this one. Let's see. You can see we also have a single list. So this model is coming in with a single list and a product list. So in the repo or in here, this is what we're gonna do. We go to our product, that is manage product. Now with this manage product, while you set this the class here, you want to set this service model. So we set this service model is to what? Product. So product dot list. So this service model, and we can set this service model dot product list is equal to this product coming in dot list. So when it loops through again, you can see that it's going to be deleted and you're going to have an updated version. Let's save this and let's refresh the application for it to run and see. Alright, so let's go through and see. Now it's loaded now. Let's try to delete this and see what we have now. So this is what the cooking utensils hot red. Delete it, and now let's see if it's going to work. You see it is off now, but we don't want to get it done. What you want to do here is you want to display a confirmation box. I actually want to delete this before we delete, because maybe you mistakenly press on this and oh, it is gone. And that isn't good at all. Okay, so you want to have confirmation first, and we can use that by using the JS runtime. So let's inject IJS runtime. Am I wrong? So IJS runtime, and we call it as JS. So let's go in here. When we call this handle delete, before you move this, let's cut all this, restore var, and we're going to say confirm is equal to js.invoke async, and this async is going to be boolean, and now we are saying confirm. Okay, so confirm, then we pass in, are you sure you want to delete? Okay, so you want to delete, you can pass in this, and we can pass in product ID. So this is what you want to do. Now let's pass in product ID and product name. So pass in product ID and pass in product dot name. So it is accepting passing in 2 parameters, and I receive the parameter here. So int ID and string name. So are you sure you want to delete name? Then you bring your question mark. Okay, so let's close this. Now in order for this to work, to set as a variable, let's use this here. Now this is what you're going to do. So if confirmed, so you're going to return if true, then you want to perform this, else then return. Very simple. Okay, so we save that. Now let's see what we have now. It is saying if confirmed, we have this. So cannot convert type bool to. Okay, so let's check that again and see what we're supposed to do, what we are missing here. So let's see. Alright, so you're supposed to be bool, not var. Okay, so bool. Okay, so if it is confirmed, and now let's say JS invoke async. So let's set here, let's await this. So if it is confirmed, then we are going to perform this. By even though we're going to return. Let's save this. It is saving. We wait to refresh this, and we try to delete the other one and see if we're going to have that. So it is saving. let's wait a while whilst it gets loaded. Okay, so now let's go in there and let's reload the page. So let's say now in here, let's try to delete this. That's the children's suit blue. Delete. I actually want to delete this. So we have children's suits blue. I actually want to delete this. Cancel. It is there. Delete. Cancel. Delete. Okay. It's gone. Now you see it is gone. Alright, so that is it for creating this delete method and a component. There is the end of, is it? Lesson 1. Okay. Lesson 2, we're going to talk to you about the update. How do you update product into the table? So let's go for a short break, and we're going to return. Okay. Alright guys, so this is lesson 2, and here we are going to talk about update service and creating a component. So we've done with the delete in the lesson 1 video. Okay, so now with this, first of all, you see as soon as I click on update, it has to locate me to a page whereby I can update the information about this particular product. And we can do that by creating a page and also by getting up the specific ID for the product and try to get it from the database. So before you navigate to the page, the data has already been searched and it is found. If not, you have a display message, but if it is, then you have the information available for editing. Okay, so for now, if I click on this update, nothing happens. So this is what you want to do first. So let's go to the manage product, and in here we can actually copy the same method that we does an unclick event, and now instead of, let's copy this and here, so let's make this as nullable, and we want to paste this here for the update and click. We want to update it. By this time round, we are not passing in product name. You want only the product ID. So let's make here as handle update. Yes, handle update. Careful. So with the handle update, that is what we want to do. So we copy this method and we go to, so this, I'm not sure we should await this. So let's take off this await. Then this handle delete, let's go in there, and that's going to be a void. So let's go to the bottom here, can minimize that, and we can also open the next one as private. There is void handled. Then we need an ID over here. So with this, let's inject navigation manager to use this navigate. So inject navigation manager, then name it as navigation manager. So with this navigation manager, we can copy this navigation manager object. Then in here, as soon as I click on this button, navigate to, so navigate to, then we can pass in, so let's create an update product, then we pass in the ID. Okay, so this, let's make this as a variable. So this ID, that's all. So that is what this is going to do. Okay, so let's see. Let's give a space here. Okay, so this is saving. Now let's try that and see if we're going to have that in the URL. But before that, we can actually create that component. So to do that, let's go to the add product. We copy this and paste this, so and make it as update product. So let's make a duplicate and check it as, or rename it as update product, and that is what it's going to receive as a parameter. So that is it. Now it is saving, so we wait for it to get saved. Now let's edit this. Let's wait. Okay, so we wait and see. Is it done now? It is still loading. So let's see. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Now it is, wow, it has kept long. So let's see what we can do here. So let's rename this component, and that's going to be an update product. So with this update dash product slash, then we pass in an ID, and this ID must be an integer. So this is a parameter, right? So let's go here and now set this parameter. So this is the method, and now in here we can set that parameter here. So type in override, and let's go for unparameter set async. Before that, let's create a parameter here, parameter, and that's going to be public int ID, and that is get and set. So in here we can check if parameter, no, if ID greater than 0, it means a product has come in. Then what do you want to do? So let's create, we have this new product here. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So we create var product is equal to await, we go for product service dot get product, we pass in the ID, and that is this ID. Now here we make this as async task, and we want to display, so async tags. Okay, so we set message is equal to product. If it is found, it comes in with message css class is equal to product dot css class, then new product, that is the object that we have created, is equal to product. This is coming in with single one product. Okay, so this is going to load to this product, and we are looping through that product here too, so we're going to get that in this. Okay, now let's wait and see. So in here with the image, because we have an image here, and now with this image, let's see, do we have an image? This is an uploaded image, so let's add a field where we can select the image. So in this length here, we can decide to cut this, and I'm passing as div class. Now in this class we can set this as row, and we can set this div class as column md6. We can make this, okay, md6. Then the next one, div class, and that column md6. Okay, so the first one you want to display the image, and the second one here you want to display the input file. So Control K and D, you want to format all of them nicely. Okay, now in here let's display an image, and the source here is equal to let's bind this source is equal to at, so not quantity but rather image. Then you can go for class as card image top. Then you can close this. You can set the height in the style, so you can set weight is equal to maybe 150 pixels, height is equal to 100 pixels. Okay, so we save this. Now let's see. Okay, so now it's working, and let's go in there and see. So here, products, let's set navbar, and this can also be now. Okay, so you pass in this when parameter is changed. When the ID coming is greater than 0, then we call this method. When we have that, we get the answer object here, we store it to the output, then we display it to this. So that is what we are doing. Now let's save this and run and see. So let's run and let's see what we have now. So once we run, we say if parameter is changed, we go for the update product, and here it is accepting a parameter known as an ID. So it is loading. Let's close this. Okay, so let's see. All right, so let's go to the page. Now manage and update. So let's click on the update and see. So currently you can see update product. Now it is wrong, as you can see from here. So let's go in the update product, and that is not this, but rather it is a method that is navigating to it. So product, update product to the ID, we saved it. Now let's see. Let's refresh it. So we wait while it is refreshing. So let's go back. Now manage product, we go to update or delete. Now in here, update it. So if I click on this, let's see, you can see we are navigating to product, and that's the ID. You can see we have product found. Okay, and that is the detail. So this is the image that we added. There is a link, and here it is a create button. So you want to change here to delete. Now I can decide to change this image. So I can decide to choose this, and let's see, if I choose this, you can see it has also changed from this angle. So let's bring this create button under this tab here, and let's change it to update, and now this is going to be update, right? Now if I pass in 20, do you have 20? Let's see. Now no, there's no, you don't have 20 in, that's why you have an error here. So if you check here, you see object of instance not set, so it requires a model because we don't have 20 in. So if you pass in the right one, you get the right one. That's what we pass in navigate to the component here, and in here we try to get it from this. Okay, so in here you can see we have this new product. Okay, so even here we can make a set, or we can check it up here and see. So if this product dot single is not equal to now, then you want to set up this. So if it is not equal to null, then we set up to this method. Okay, but if it is null, we do nothing. If it is null, we can now set message is maybe equal to product dot message. Yeah, so that is what we are doing here. Now let's save this, let's run this. So we wait for it to get saved, then you can test and see. Okay, so you pass in 20, and let's see what we have now. Okay, so you see, you have sorry your is not found, right? So sorry product you're looking for doesn't exist, and that is what we have here. We are displaying. So if the product is not found, this is what you want to display, and this is coming out from the database. Okay, so you can use it is added already. So if product is not found, you can see we have this product, and the CSS has already been assigned. Message has also been assigned here. Okay, so you can decide to take off this off, and it's going to, because as soon as this gets from the product gets out, it assign it here. We make a search, and now we check this. So we can take this off. It's still going to work it out for us. Okay, so if I want to change this, or if I update, click on the update, what should happen? Now if I update this, it should go for this handle update. So let's change this to update, and this is form group, and you want to move this button to end, so float, come to the button here, and now let's set this to float end. Yeah, okay, so aside from that, instead of this update, you want to make it as update instead of delete. It is not more plus, it is rather arrow. So we have OI dash arrow dash circle dash stop. So that's what you want to use for the icon. And now when you go up here, it is not handle add, but rather handle update. So in here, instead of the add, we say updates. Now handle this, you copy this, we come down here, and now when it is clicked, this method you want it to handle that. So handle update. Okay, now you create a method known as add. So this update, update product, then new product. But we are not having this method now, so let's go to the service. This our service here, and I put that service because you are not having any update. So you can paste this here. You can just copy this. Let's paste it once more. Now let's go in there and cut this, replace it. So update product, then new product. We go to the interface, and here control plus period, implement the interface. Okay, so here this is what we are going to do. We want to use var results is equal to await keyword http client dot. So here we're using put as JSON, and this is coming in with a service model. Service model, and now here we are using let's put as JSON, so service model API slash then this is product. Okay, then here we need to pass in this new model. That's a new product. Let's see what we have here. So argument cannot, let's see, cannot convert from, so put as JSON. And let's see the reason why we have this. Is it this put as JSON? So cannot convert from product to service model. So let's take off this. Yeah, so put as async, and here let's see. So here we are updating this, and let's return results. So here is a put and return results dot content, so dot read. So let's use get read from JSON async. Then you have service model. And here must be an await. We close this. Alright, so we're done with this. So let's go in there and now create a puts method in the controller. So we go to the Solution Explorer. Now in the controller here, we are going to pass a put method, and that is an HTTP put. Okay, so this put, this public async task, and this comes with an action result, then with service model, and here it is known as update product, and here this comes with the product and new product. Okay, so product, new product, there's no comma here. Now we first check our product is equal to await get product. We pass in new product dot ID. So we first make a search to see if it is found. So if product dot single okay, so here we are not performing this here, sorry. So let's just return okay, and that is an await keyword and product service product repo dot, we're going for update product, then we pass in this new product. This is all that we need as a put. Now let's go to the repo. So in this repo we get a method here. Let's copy one of these and let's paste it, and inside of the add this update new product. Okay, so let's go to save this. Let's go to the repo, product repo. We can implement the interface here, control plus period. Then let's implement the interface, and that is here. So we create a variable. We first check if this new product coming in is not equal to now. Okay, so let's create a var response. Let's go to new service model. So if it is now, then we display message. So response.message is equal to, so maybe sorry, product object is empty. So response dot success is equal to false, and response dot CSS class is equal to, can talk about danger and font weight as bold. Then what if it is not null? Then var product is equal to await product repo dot get product. So this object so you're supposed to be appdb contest dot. Okay, so here await, we need to use this get product method passing this new product dot id. Okay, so we check if product dot single is not equal to now, then but in case it is null, it means it is not found. So we display this and we can say sorry, product not found. Here no projects, it is products, yeah, and danger. But in case it is found, then what do you want to do? We want to set response dot product. So we set what you have in the database, we set it to this, the new one coming in. So product dot single dot name is equal to new product dot name. So we map them, and products dot single dot do you have. Now let's open the model over here so we won't make mistake. So we have name, original price, and new price. So let's do that. Name, original price, and new price. Original price is equal to new product dot original price. Then product dot single dot new price equal to new product dot new price. The next one that we need to do is description, quantity, and image. So we're going for description. Product dot single dot description is equal to new product dot description. Then product dot single dot quantity is equal to new product dot quantity. Then product dot single dot image is equal to new product dot image. Okay, so when you're done populating them, then await appdb contest dot save changes async. Then we can now set this here. So we can say product updated successfully. Then here we set this to true, and this is success. At the end of the day, we are going to return this response to this service model. So this is what we need to update it. Okay, alright, so let's save this. That's what we did, and that is it. Okay, so let's save this and let's try to check it in the controller first. If it works, we utilize it in the product that is our service. So let's see. Alright, so let's load this again. Okay, so it is filled with that service and implement interface. Let's see. No. This update. Okay, so here we need just ID. You need this ID product service and I product service. Okay, ID. Alright, so let's see. Let's find it again. Alright, so it is now ready. Let's navigate to the page and see what we have. So it's going to load here, and we can now check our Swagger UI. So you can see we have the put here, and that's an update. Okay, let's get our product first, so we can find a specific product to update it. Alright, so you have the list product, but this is what we want to do first. Let's update. Let's add one. So try this out. Let's add it. So there's no ID. We don't want ID. Let's update this. So execute this. We are adding. So it is returning the one that we just added. You can see that's why that's returning over here. So when you go to get all product, execute this. You must see this at the end. So let's see. So that is this one, ID of 9, and that is this. So we're going to update this. Okay, we're going to change name, maybe description, etc. So let's see. We can copy this from here, and now let's go to update. That is the put. Now in here, that is even here already. So you can clear this. No, let's leave this there because we need an ID here. The ID is 9, I think so. Let's see. The ID is 9, yeah. So leave the ID there as 9. Now instead of string, let's make a string, change to product. Now original price, let's make it 10. New price 9.00, 0.99, 10.99. Description, so very neat and fresh. Quantity, we say 20. Image we leave as it is, and this. So let's update this and see. So click on this update. Now let's see. So you can see product updated successfully. Alright, so you can see we have this product here updated. We have the text, but we are not having the product list, the updated one. So let's see in the repo. So in the product repo, okay, so we set this, but we did not set the response dot single product now is equal to product dot single. So the one that we just updated, we set it to the list model going out. Okay, so when we run that query again, we're going to see, as soon as we update, we're going to see this, but you see this is working. Okay, so let's refresh our page. Now the new one that we just added is going to be shown here. Okay, so let's see. Let's reload that. So you're getting the list of all products, and you might see the one that we just updated. You might see it here. And okay, so that is it. String change the product, very neat and fresh. This is the price. Okay, if you click on that, you see this, the details here, in stock 20. Okay, so it seems you can see that we have this. Now here, let's update that, and we want to update it. So let's go to manage product, update product. Now in here, let's change the image. So click on update. Next, the product found. Now let's change the image here. So let's choose an image file here. Let's choose any image, and here we are talking about, very neat, let's use any image at all. So we can go for hats. Let's use this hat. Okay, so that is this. Update this. Let's so you can see product updated successfully. Now click on the home tab. Let's you can see we have the image here, and you have the information here as well. Okay, so that is it for the update. We are done with it. Okay, so our next one, I'm going to move on to the category. We're going to create a category and display the category list over here. So for now, that is the end of lesson 2. I hope you're able to achieve the category, or sorry, update service and the user component. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Let's go for a break. When we return, we're going to move on to creating a category in the same project. So then this lesson is going to be creating a category to be displayed at this side. That's the nav bar. Okay, so in order to do this, first we have to create the models and the services for this category. But you know, we have a service response and already, and I want us to make that service response generic. When you say it is generic, it means it can be used anywhere, just that you have to pass in the model, and that's all. For now, what we have here, it isn't generic because it is limited to product. If you want to make it available to be used by both product and category, then we have to make this service model as generic. So let's go to the project. First of all, let's close all these, close all tabs. Now let's go to Solution Explorer, and in that there's this model. Let's right click and add another model, and that model is going to be category. So add, let's add new model. Now the name of this model is going to be category, and you're going to specify some few properties for that model. So in here, let's wait while the template loads. Okay, so it's taking much time, but let's wait. So it's going to be category for the name, and that's going to be category.cs, and that is a class. So let's wait. So category category.cs, and inside the category.cs file, we want to specify some few parameters. We need ID, we need name, and maybe URL and image. So let's set it as public. Then we need ID. So this is going to be ID. Then we need name, so this is string, and this is name. We need string, and this is string as well. This URL. Okay, so this URL is what's going to be displayed when the user clicks on the category. And the last one, we have image. This is string as well. And maybe we can talk about date created. So let's set this as nullable. And that is going to be date time. So let's wait. Length, it is loading something. Okay. Date time. Date created. We set this equal to date time dot now. We save this. So now let's go in there and make our service model to be generic, and that is a DTO. So our DTO and our service model. So we see that from here we are making it specific to product. You want to make this generic universal, so here we're going to specify as T. Okay, so this T is going to be a model. Let's pass the T here, and let's pass the T here as well. So when you pass in this service model, we must specify the T. So here we don't want to say product list, so you want to give it name as list, no single product, but rather it's going to be product. We have success CSS class and have message. This, let's set this to default. So let's save this. So this means that you have to make changes to all the codes in the product. So product service. So here service model, we need to provide the T as product. So let's copy this here. Now here, 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 and here. We paste it. Now let's go to the implementation product service. So here, so it's here, you pass it here. So all service models, we replace them, we add the T value. Okay, so Control plus V, we paste them there. Okay. Alright, now there are some errors that we need to fix. So here it is no more single product, but rather it is single. So single, and we can paste it once. So that is this one. Now here, this is the list, not product. And also let's open this and see. So here, this is category, no, not category, product. Okay, so product. Now this is product list. This is product list. This is single. We paste this as single. This also single. Okay, so we make those changes. Now let's check it again here. So product, and here, yeah, so this is single, this also single. Alright, so now let's go to, now we are done with this, let's check controller. And now in here, we need to specify product, okay, so it is solved. Now let's say to our services, so I product service, and here you need to specify this. Let's go to the implementation, and we need to specify this also as well, so let's replace them. So let's this model, okay, change this and that. Alright, so this is solved. Let's go to the component and see where we have included the service model, so we can pass in. So there is no more single product, it's rather single. Okay, so save this and let's see. Okay, so let's go to the other one as well, product, and this product is not product list, it's rather list. So list, so product, and that is product. So let's see. So you use this. Okay, so here we are good to go. Alright, so it is set. Now let's go to the next one, product details. And the product details here, adds product, and the same thing here, product. So you can just copy this, can cut this from here, save them, go to the import.razor, then you can paste them here. We have one here already, so you can take that one off. Now these errors are going to be solved, and now here it is single, so single over here. So make all these changes. Alright, so we are almost done. Single. Okay, so we are done. Let's check again and see, do you have any addition? let's say that was the product details. You have manage product. So here it's going to be product, it's going to be list. Now here products, yeah. So that is this last one, add product, and I know that here we need to specify that. So this is just product, that's all. Okay, so let's right click, let's clean the solution. So done. Now let's build this. Let's fix those errors. Here we need this, and okay, so we need this. What again? Error list, and let's say okay, so let's see now product and list. Okay, so let's see. All right, let's rebuild this again. So let's build and see. Okay, we still have an error here that we need to figure it out. And let's see, here we need this here. So we also need this. That's not contained. So we also need this one. And also, yeah, so we need this to correct this. Okay, so I think that'll be all. So now let's build it. Let's build it again and see. Alright, so you can see that from here we have succeeded, and everything is okay. So we can now test it up and see if it's working. So we run that to see. Alright, so let's run it. So let's test our API too. Okay, so let's get our product. Okay, so you are still executing. Let's wait patiently for the outcome. Okay, now you see we have it, so it is actually working. Yeah, it is working now. So we can now go ahead and create a category and start with a repo. So let's see. Now I'm going to close all these, close all tabs. and Solution Explorer. Now let me close this client projects, and you see we have the category here already. So closing this. Now the repository, I'm going to create a new one, so a new folder in the repository, and the name of that folder here, I'm going to name it as Category Repo. So I'll create a new folder in this repository, and I'm going to name it as Category Repositories. Now in here, we're going to create interface and implementation. So interface, and that's going to be iCategory repo. So iCategory repo.cs, and we need a class known as category repo. So that is a class, and let's inherit. Okay, so inherit from iCategory repo. Now in here, we are going to create simple thing as well. So we need a task and service model, and this service model we pass in category, and this is add category. So category and new category. Okay, we copy this, and in here, control period, let's use this. So category. Now we copy this one, let's paste this. So add category, this is delete category, this is integer ID, this update category, and here is get category ID, and the last one that we need here is get categories, and that is a here there is no parameter. Okay, so we save this, we go to the implementation class, then we implement this over here, then we create a constructor. Now let's go to the appdb context file to specify our category table. So data appdb context, then in here you can just copy one of this. Let's paste this here, and here's going to be categories, and the model is going to be category. Let's save this. Okay, so now we have this category repo. Let's inject our appdb context. So appdb context, and that is appdb context control plus period. You create an assign field, so you can now use this. Now add category, so we first check. Let's create var response, it's got to new service model, and here it is category. So we check if new category is not equal to now, else. Okay, so response dot message is equal to category object is empty. Then we can now set response dot success is equal to false. Then response dot css class is equal to, then you can talk about danger, font weight, bold. But if it is not now, if it is not now, then that's what we're going to do. So we're going to add it to the database, but we can still check if that category it is not created already. Okay, so we can still check that. And by checking, we can use the ID. Okay, so what we can use is maybe the name of that category. So you can use the name to check it up over here. So but let's say, so we can check it up and see. So var then category is equal to await get categories, then you pass in category ID. So new category dot name. So you can use the name to check. Okay, so you can use the name to check this, or we can use the URL to check, but let's maintain the name. So we check this, the name, and see. But here, since it's looking for ID, we have to pass an ID. So we can use this method to do it. What we can do is we can pass in appdb context dot categories dot first or default async, where category mask to category dot name is equal to new category dot name. So if it is found, this is what we want to do. So if category is not now, then this is what you want to display. So you can say that this is going to be info and category. You can talk about category already created. If the name is found, okay, so and that is false. But else, then we can now go ahead and appdb context dot categories dot add. Then you're going to add new category and await appdb context dot save changes async. Then we can set up this, we can add it. So category created. Then we can set this to true, and this is success. So we save this, and at the end we return response. Okay, so we can copy this first one here, that is to add category. Now let's go to delete category. Now delete category, we first check, so if ID is greater than 0, so else we can go in for, so let's create this here and let's return response here. Okay, now if it is not greater than 0, then we can say invalid. Let's copy this, or let's copy this. Now let's go to the repo let's paste this. So invalid category and danger. Okay, so if it is greater than 0, then what do we do? You want to search, so you call var category is equal to await, then we call this method get category, then you pass in this ID. So if category is not equal to null, it means it is found. But if it is null, then you want to display this as well. So category cannot be found. Okay, but if it is found, then appdb context dot category dot remove, then you pass in this category. Okay, so you pass in this category, or this is what we can do. So category dot single over here. So with this category, we can decide to set up the message to this. So dot message, as we did. So success dot success, and this is dot css. Yeah, so you can decide. So now let's remove this. If category is not equal to null, then remove this and await appdb context dot save changes async. And now we can go ahead and customize this and copy this. Now here, so category, so you can category with the name, then we can pass in category dot single dot name deleted. So let's use this. So if it is deleted, we can decide to return the deleted text. Okay, so or deleted, so response dot single is equal to category dot single, and you can return response dot list is equal to category dot list. Not, but with this, we have to now grab it again. So var list is equal to await get categories. Now this list is equal to list dot list. Okay, so we have this return. All right, now that is it for the delete. So this is going to delete it and return the deleted product or category, and also return the list of categories. So let's save this, and now you are done with this. Let's see. So add category. Now when we add this, after adding, we can return so response dot list is equal to, before that, let's see, so var list is equal to await get categories. Now list dot list, you can also return the same list to it. Now when we add, so this, after we added, we can see the list. Now when we delete, it, let's see, when we delete it, we're going to see the list. Now let's get the list of categories here. So await, so let's create var response is equal to new service model category var results is equal to await appdb contest dot categories dot to list async. So can have as response dot list is equal to response, so response dot list. Okay, so we are having this return everything to the user, and if it is now returns now if it is, and here maybe this we can actually check this, so we can cut this and we can use if result is not equal to now, then we can return this, then set response dot message is equal to categories found, then we can set response dot css to success, and we have bold, and we can set success equal to true. Okay, so we have the list now, but else then we can return this, so categories not found, and maybe it is info, then success is false, then at the end we return response. Save this. Okay, so let's see the next one that we need to do. Get category. So we first create a response. Let's go to new service model, then we pass in category, then so we check if ID is greater than 0. We want to do that. Else you don't even go to database at all, so else we can display invalid category, then this is danger and this is false. If it is greater than that, then var category is equal to await, so var category is equal to await appdb contest dot categories dot find async, or you can use single or default async, whereby c max to c dot id is equal to the id coming in. Now if categories is not equal to now, then what do you want to do? Else what do you want to do? So category not found, but instead of writing category not found, we rather want to use this. So category dot message. Oh, okay, so this is just a single one, so we need not to. Not found, and this is danger and here is false. In case it is found, then maybe we can use this, and category found, and instead of danger we use success, instead of false we use true, then response dot single is equal to category. At the end we return response. We save this and we can now close that. And the last one is an update. So with the update, we first check if new category is not equal to now, we proceed. Else we can say category is empty, category object is empty. Okay, so let's create response equal to new service model, then category. So we store this, and if it is not equal to now, then what do you want to do? So var category is equal to await get category, you pass in new category dot id. So let's first make a search and see if it is found. So if it is found, if category dot single is not equal to now, meaning it is found, so we return category. So we can use if it is found. Okay, so category you can say created already. Okay, so yeah, there's an update, sorry. So if it's an update, then if it is found, then this is what you do. Category dot single dot name is equal to new category dot name. Now category dot single dot URL is equal to, so here we need to calculate for, you need to process for the URL. So new category dot URL dot to lower, okay, dot replace all spaces with dash. Okay, so that is what we are doing. Now let's copy this and go to add category. So when it is adding, we go in for this new category dot URL is equal to the same new category dot name. So dot name, so we are converting the name to lowercase, and we place any space with dash and use as a URL. So let's see. So category dot URL is equal to this dot name. Yeah. Then let's see. Category dot single dot, do you have image is equal to new category dot image. So when we are done, then I wait appdb context that save changes async, then we can return this. So category updated and here it is success. That is true. So if category is not now, then that's what we display. But if it is now, so else, then response.message is equal to category.message. Response.css is equal to category.css, and response.success is equal to category.success. Okay, so at the end now here is we are updating. After we update, we have to return the whole list. So var categories is equal to await get categories, then response dot list is equal to categories. Yeah, so we update, and we can now also return dot list, and we can return response dot single is equal to category dot single. We save that, and the last end is we return response. Yeah, so I think we are done. Yes, so we are done with all. Now let's go ahead and create our controller. So Solution Explorer, we go to our controller, and we're going to create another one known as category, and that's going to be an API. So let's wait for it to load. Then we create an API controller. So API empty1 add, and we're going to change the name to category. So category controller. Okay, so let's create a constructor. So create a constructor here. Now let's inject iCategory service, iCategory repo, control plus period. Let's create an assigned field. Create an assigned field so that we can use this category repo. So the first one here is http get, and that is public. Let me use async task action results. Then this is service model, and it is our category. It's our category. Now that is get categories. So control plus period. Let's add the model, the shared models folder. Now here we return okay. Await category repo dot get categories. That is it. The next one is http get. This time I'm going to specify the route, and the route here it is id such that it is integer only. So public and async task action result, and this you pass in the service model, and you pass in the category, and that is get category, and here it is by ID. So return, okay, await category repo, category repo dot get category, then you pass in the ID. So let's correct this. Okay, now the next one is add. So here it is HTTP post. So with the post is public async task add category, and that's going to be category, new category, return, okay, await category repo dot add category, then you pass a new category, so let's see. So this is tax action result, and it is service model category. Okay, so the next one that we are doing here, it is a delete. So HTTP delete, and this delete requires an ID such that it must be integer. So public async task action result service model, and that's going to be category. So delete category, so here return, okay, await category repo dot delete category, pass in the ID, and that's all. Last one is the update, and here we use HTTP put. So public async task action result service model category, so update category, and that is new category, return, okay, await category repo dot update category, new category, and that is it. So let's test this and see. Let's test this in the controller and see whether this is working. So let's run this. So we haven't created any services or any service for this controller or this repo to be rendered in the component, that's a Razor component. We try it and test it in the API. So we have error here. let's see where you have the error. It is expecting this return. Okay, so we need one here. All right, let's try it again. So ID does not exist, so we have to pass in here and ID. All right, no, I've seen it, so it's been corrected already. So let's move on. So let's see. Let's run it again. So let's refresh our API. Okay, so we have a category here. Now let's add category. So post. Try this out. Now ID is 0. So we can clear this. We don't need the ID. So string here. Let's click on execute. So let's add, and whoa, dependency injection, we are not done, so let's do that. We go to server program.cs file, then in here we're gonna add builder.services.add scope. So I category repo, comma, then category repo. That is it. It is expecting this from where. Alright, so it is solved. Okay, do it again. Now post, try this out, execute this. Let's see the outcome. Okay, so we have an error here. Let's see. ID. Okay, so object state result. Let's take out the ID. Execute. Execute this. Now invalid object name category. Yeah, we haven't performed database migration, so there's no database or there's no table known as categories. That is why. So let's perform that. So add dash migration, create category table. That is the name of the migration that I am adding. After that, then you're going to update the database. So update. Okay, so update database. Alright, let's see where the error is coming from. So let's build this first. Right click, let's build solution. Okay, so now let's perform the update. Update database, and let's see that error is going to be solved. Alright, so it is done. Now let's run the application again. Now our table is now created with the field or table field's name. So okay, now let's create this, try this out, execute, and let's see whether we're gonna have any error. We're gonna have the product. Alright, so you can see we have this category created, but we did not return the category. Okay, we did not return it. So as you can see, we have list is now, single is now. Now let's return the category. So we go to category repo. Now under add category, so here, if category is not equal to null, then we do this. But if it is null, then we are going to create new one and get categories. We set this to list, response that list. Let's see where we are having the error is coming from. Let's see. So we have this response category. Well, let's get all category and see. So get all categories, execute. So list is now, single is now, category is found. So let's see what we have now. Do you have anything at all in a database? Let's see with the AppDB context categories, press the default name. If it is not found, then we're going to add this new category here. And now let's try this again here. So post, we take off this ID and this go to product. Let's save this. Category created. Now let's get our category. List is now. Now let's get category by ID. So category by ID, we have it over here. So it means that there's an error here in the add and the get. So let's see, with get categories here, we create service model and AppDB context that category is equal to list. So if category is not equal to null, then response dot list is equal to this. Oh, so this will be result, not response. Okay, so this goes to result. Alright, so that is it. Now let's get it again and see. Now it is loading. So let's wait for it to load, then we see what we can do. Okay, so let's refresh it ourselves. There's error here. Let's see results. Oh, so this is supposed to be there's no results. This there's no list attached to this. Yeah. Now let's run this again. You want to close this. Okay, so let's see. Do you have any error again? No, we don't. So let's see. Okay. Now get categories. Try this out. Execute. And we must have the list of categories that we have. So you can see we have 1, 2, 3. Now let's try to add one more and see. So post. Try this out. We are adding the same thing and let's see what happens. So category already created. Let's change the name as maybe let's make it as milk. Now you can see we have this 1, 2, 3 over here. Okay, so this is working. Now let's see, put, try this out. So ID1, you want to change to string change. Okay, so name change, let's update this, and now you can see it has changed. Watch here, so you can see string change, that's ID1, it has changed. Now let's delete ID3, let's delete this. So this is the one that we updated. You can see we have the output. Let's delete ID3, that is a milk, or let's delete ID1. So API gets, you can get ID1, it works. So delete ID1, try this out, delete 1, and you can see it is deleted. So there is a single one, ID1 is deleted, so we have 2 and 3 left, and that is it. Okay, so that is it. Now let's go to our service, our client, and create the service to render that. So we go to Solution Explorer, and in the client project we go to our service. Now in service here we can right click here and now go for add new folder, and this folder we're going to name this as category services. So category services. Now let's create the interface, so add new item, and the interface is going to be iCategory. So iCategory service, and we create an implementation as category service. So we create an implementation class as category service. Category service. Now once you're done, I want us to go to the repo and let's grab the category interface. I want us to grab these ones and iCategory service. Let's paste them here quick. We are encapsulating them, so we need that. Now here, control plus period, let's include models from the shared project. Yeah, and here we need to include DTO as well. Yeah, so they are fixed. Now we're gonna inherit from, so iCategory, control plus period, and we are going to implement all the interfaces from that interface. So implement all, click on this, control plus period. Now let's create a constructor here, and we have to use an HTTP client. So control plus period, and now in here we are going to create an assigned field. Okay, so this, okay, now we save this. Now in here this add, so with this add we create var response is equal to await HTTP client dot post as JSON async, and now here is specify API, and the controller name is product, and the object is new controller, new category, and that is all. Okay, so we can return response. Let's see, if possible, we can return response. So response dot content dot read from JSON async, JSON as service model category, that is a T value. So return must be an await. Okay, so you can just cut this, then you can say results is equal to, then we can now return results. So that is it. Let's copy this. So let's make this nullable, and let's copy this result and delete. So it is, instead of it is delete as JSON async, delete from JSON async API. Then here we need to specify the ID, and we must take off this. So here must be, and this must be an async keyword. So we have to return the results. So delete from JSON async, and this needs let's see what this needs. So service model category. Okay, so then we don't need this here. We have to just return response, and that is it. Now in the get category, we have to use, let's copy this, let's paste it here, async. So this is get from JSON async, and that is service model, or you can use get. So get async, then we can return this. Now the same thing applies to this here, get async, but here need to specify the ID and do like this. Declare this, and we are good to go. So here must be an async task, and we are done. So with the update, do the same. So instead of post, when you put as JSON, and here must be an async. Yeah, and that is it. So we save this, and now we create our components to utilize that. So we need our category service. Let's copy this. Now let's go to nav menu, and let's inject this on top. So I inject, then we can talk about category service. So you can copy this and control plus dot. Then we have to use this, but we can just cut this here. Go to the import.razor and put all those headers there. So we put it here, and we go back, we copy this. Now you come down here. Now this is what you want to do. So when page load, so let's use that lifecycle method, override as page load. So that's the initialize async. So before that, we create service model, and that's going to be a category. Then it's called new service model. So with this, when page loads, we want to set this is equal to await category service dot get categories. Then here it's an async, so we save this, and now you can now loop through this. So let's go to here, and in this where you have, let's see, where you have this, we can, okay, so let's copy this, and now here let's paste this. Okay, and now let's cut this, and now let's write at if so service model dot list is not equal to now, then display this. So for each var cut in service model dot list, we loop through to get to set it one after the other. So here you're gonna use cut dot URL here, and with the name you're gonna use cut dot name. That's simple. If not, if it is empty, you can decide to go in for div, and the class here is gonna be row, and now here we have div class, and this is, let's use badge, and now in the badge we're going to display loading. Let's save this, and now let's run it and see. So we run this, so let's reload this and check here the sidebar. So there is a nav bar, and that is what we are looping through the category list to display the list over here. Now you have error here, so let's find out where that error is coming from. So controller, and you can see you cannot provide a value for property category service on the type navbar. So let's go to the navbar here. Now on top, category service. So do you have category service? That is this one. When you go to the program.cs file, so here we made it an product service. We have to add category service here as well. So let's paste this. So instead of category service, and this is category service control plus period, and we need to use category service folder. So let's save this, and now let's run this again and see what we have. Okay, so let's see. Let's refresh this, and let's refresh this. Alright, so you can see we have loading. So it is loading, and let's see the list or the category that we have. Alright, so you can see we have all the list here. No, that is not a category. This is a product, right? This is a product. It is not the list. So let's see, I category service, that, and this is what you want to use. So I category service, let's go to the nav menu, I category service, and that is it. And here I category service to this service. Alright, okay, so get category service model that get categories, we have it here. Okay, so let's go to the category service, category service, and here you're getting the category service. So let's go to category service and cross check category service. As you can see from here, we are getting product but a category instead. So here's supposed to be category, and let's copy all this, category, category, category. Alright, and category. So let's save this. Now let's refresh it. So loading, and see what we can get. It is still saving, that is why. So let's wait for it to get saved. It is reloading again. Alright, so loading. Let's wait while it loads. So we see we have the list here. So we have product and milk. Now if I click on it, you can see I have milk here. Now if I go back and click on product, I'm going to see product here, because that is the URL that we specified. As you can see from here, product, and that is a milk. Okay, so this ID we can change that. Okay, alright. So we're able to display the category and creating the services and all the other stuffs. Now we end this lesson, and the lesson 4 we are going to pass in. As soon as I click on product, I must have all the lists related to that particular category. As soon as I click on milk, I must have the list related to that category. We're going to do that in the next video. Okay, so with this icon we can change that over here in the nav menu. So we see here we have an icon, that's the home. So I can decide to take off this, and this is going to be OI arrow. Okay, so arrow, and that's going to be right. Can use arrow right for that, and when you run it, it's going to be an arrows here. Okay, so thank you for watching this section. The next section is going to be the category. Click to get all the products associated to that category. So I'm going to catch you up this video maybe after break. Hello guys, welcome back. This is lesson 4, and in this video we are going to talk about managing categories. Now if I say managing categories, what does it mean? Now you see in the previous video we were able to create a category and creating the services and the reports controller as well, and we're able to look through the categories and display them on the sidebar. As you can see, that's the navbar component, and currently we have only 2. That's what we have here. Now in order to do this, we want to add more, like we want to display a list of categories whereby user can update, can delete it, can create new one, and add a picture as well. Okay, because you know, for a product, product must have a category in order for it to work, and that's what we're going to do next. So in order to do it, first of all, let's try to display the list of categories here. So let's go to the component, and here we want to, let's go to the pages. Now manage products, let's copy this and paste this one, and let's make it as manage categories. So that component there, it is to manage the categories. So manage categories, let's edit that. So manage categories. So manage categories. Okay, so let's save that, and now let's change the route here to categories. And in here, first of all, let's, instead of the products, gonna be categories. Okay, now in here, when the page loads, get products, so get categories. Now this method, we get it over here. So now let's get categories, so we copy this, and in here there is a method. Now here, instead of using the product service, we're going to use iCategory service. So iCategory, iCategory service, and here is going to be category service. So let's copy this service, let's count down here and paste here, and here instead of get product, it's going to be get categories. Okay, so this is going to loop through the categories and display them. We set this as category, and this t value as what? Category. Okay, so let's see. Now here is a delete. So we are looping through this and service model.list, which is the category, and we are going to loop through each. So each category, each category to display. Sorry, here we don't need this. So this header, we need the image, but we don't need this new. So this is category image, and this is category ID. Now we need category name, and aside from that, we need category URL. So category URL, that's what we need. Now the rest of these, we don't need them because we don't actually have them in the category model. So we clear all this. Okay, so we have ID, image, name, and URL. That's what we have. So we can pass in the name here as name, maybe here as URL over here. So we save this, and in this, handle delete. Do you want to delete any? So you pass in category.id, and with the, that's an update, and now with the delete you pass in ID, and now this name. So let's see. Now in this handle delete method, you pass in, you request or you accept ID and name. So you perform the confirmation, and if yes, we get category service. So dot delete category. So dot delete category, and here, so we can say this is category, and now we are saying message is called to category dot single dot message, and this category dot class, and now we return the list or the rest of the categories here. And if you want to update that, you move on to inside of the product here is going to be an update category. Then we pass in the ID here. Now let's save that, and now let's see. So let's run this and see if we can have this manage category component. Let's wait for it to run. So let's wait and see. Alright, so let's see if you're gonna open up here. Okay, so it is now loading. Let's see if it loads. Alright, so it is now loading, and now we want to navigate to manage categories. So manage dash categories. Let's see whether you're going to have the list of categories. So again, you have 1, 2, and that's what we have here. Okay, so we have, now you can see we have update and delete. Now if I want to update this, if I want to delete this, let's see. So do you want to delete this? Are you sure? Now as soon as I'm done, let's see what happens. So it is gone. Okay, you can see it is gone. Alright, now I can use the name over here to delete it, but the reason why it is here, it is, you see there is a different component, and now if you refresh this, this is going to take off. But the list that we have here is a raw time. As soon as you delete it, it's gone. So let's see what we can do here. Now we have, let's see the pop-up over here. If I click on delete, now confirm. So let's see. Okay, so you can see we are using JS runtime, and we did this earlier on. And now we pass in the name, we accept the name over here from this delete method. So handle delete category, we pass in the ID and category name. Now when we are done, we have to, so there is a message dot deleted from the list. Now we don't want to use this message. Okay, we want to use that is okay, so let's use an alert. So instead of this, you can now copy this, let's cut this, and let's use await the JS dot invoke, then there's an alert. So let's paste this here, and this is so let's see, so name, but you know what, this name supposed to be part here, so I must have this name, then this should be there. Okay, so that is a name here. Now this name that we are talking about, this is going to be the name that we are accepting from this. So we copy this and here we paste this here. So name deleted from the list. We close it up here, and that's going to give us the alert. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so everything is okay, and now we can take off this CSS class since we are not utilizing that anymore. Okay, so let's see. Let's save this. Let's run the application. Now let's try to delete this one left here. Let's wait for it to reload. So let's wait. Okay, so now let's go in there and see. So in here, that is what we have here. Now we are going to, okay, so load once more. I see. So all right, so we have one left. Now let's wait for it to reload. We navigate to manage categories. Okay, so we are here now. Let's see. So delete. Then I'm going to see the pop-up. Do you want to delete milk? Okay, so if I click on OK, now wait and see what happens. So now milk deleted from the list. As soon as I click on OK, see what happened. It is gone. If I refresh this list, it's going to be what? Deleted. Okay, so now we have this. Now let's go in there and try to add. So how do we add? Let's go for this, manage, add products, and also update this. So let's go for this. Now that can be found in the nav menu. So in the nav menu, where we have this, let's say that is this nav item, or so add product, and it is coming from this, so we can copy here, can copy one, and beneath we can paste it there. So we can paste this here. Okay, so this is just a drop down. Now this is manage categories, manage categories. So now with this add, so add category and update or delete. So here add category, add category, then here is manage categories. So this is going to add, and it's going to move us to what we created earlier on, so we can perform update and delete. Now we have to create this add categories. Okay, so we save this. Now let's go ahead and create this add category. So component, so right click on the pages, let's add a new component, and that's going to be add category. So add new razor component, and we're going to name this as add category. Okay, so add category, add category.razor. And now in this, you can actually go to the add product and just copy some codes over there. Since you're going to add, we need an edit form and 3 input input component. So we just go in there and we try to get it from the add product. So let's wait whilst it gets loaded, and we can now have a page to type in the codes for the category. Whoa, so it is not responding, so I have to okay, so it is ready now. Here we set the page up to add category. So that's the route for this page, and in here let's go to add product components and try to get, so add product. Now with this edit form, we don't actually need much, so we can actually just copy this edit form from this angle, or you can even copy everything here. And now when you come to add category, you're gonna paste it here, and now let's decide to take off some of the components. So let's save this. These components have not been rendered yet. Let's close this. Let's open it again and see if still it is not. So I'm gonna cut all this from this component. I'm gonna save that, close it, then let me close this before. So add category, let me delete this. And let's recreate it again. Maybe we had an error and that's why we having this. So right click on pages, let's add a new component, and this component is going to be add category. Add category. So let's paste this here. Okay, so we save this, and now the route here, it is add category. That is the route, add category. Okay, so this add category, we have add handle categories. So add category, and now this is going to be new category. So you want to use this for the name. We need name, and we need name also image. So we have an image here, and we can actually just clear all these fields. We need name and image, so that is it, and that is the image. So in here, let's display. Now we have this image file, so we can display. Let's see, with the add category, can we have add product? So we can display the image that is being selected. Then we have it here. Okay, if you're not, then this is what you want to do first. So let's see. Now the add category, in here, let's first set up the new category, and that is the new category here. And when we are done with this selection, you can just grab this. Let's cut this, and it's going to be a div class. So this is row. Let's set this, and this is div class. So this column MD6, and that's going to be the image. And let's set this div class, and this is going to be column, so MD6 as well, to make it 12. Now in here, let's paste this, and this is going to be an form group. So form group, not infusion. Okay, so with this form group, this is what you want to do. You want to use an image tag, and here the source. So image and the source here is equal to at new category dot image. So we can have a class as card image top, and maybe you can have a style as width 150 pixels, then height as maybe 100 pixels. Okay, so now you have this, and the button is create. So let's go through the add category product or add product. Now we have everything from this end. So here is to change the image. So let's actually copy this code. Let's make some edits, the add category, and here we paste the code here. Okay, so here is going to be category, and we're just going to be new category, and here is going to be new category in. Okay, now this is not product service, this is going to be a category service. So let's inject that. So inject category service, and it's going to be category service. So this category service, when it comes here, is going to be add. So add category, and inside of this new product, it's going to be category service. And here that is a file change. So this file change is going to be .image. So this is where you upload files, convert it to basically string. Okay, now with this, that is handle add category. So handle add category, and this is going to work. So you can see everything is solved now. Now let's try to run this and see. Now let's see, we have manage categories and we have manage products. Now if I click on this, I have add category and update category. If I click on product, I have the same thing as well. Alright, so add category, and we see we are here. Now we need category name and image. Okay, so category name and image, that is what we need here. Now let's try to figure this out to make it actually better than this. So we have a category, and that is what we have here. Okay, all right, let's see, let's try to get this button to front end. Now with the URL, it's going to convert from the name here, this category here. So add category, and this is going to be add category. So let's see, we try to copy this up, MD8. So row. Now aside from the row, MD8, you want to have card. So edit form. Then let's cut this. You put it in a div, and the class is known as card. So we have div class card header, and it is add. So you can add span class, and this is OI dash class, and here we are say add category, then div okay. Now we're going for card body, so div class, and this is card body. So that is the closing div, and now in here, let's see what we can do. We can take off one of these. Okay, so in the middle we paste this edit form, and we take up this as well. And with this create button, we can cut this. So this is form group, and you can cut this up. Okay, so this okay. Now let's see. Now it is rendering, so let's wait. So you're gonna have the card header and the card body. Okay. Alright, so you can see we have add category, and you can see that we have the name create button, select the image, and it's going to pop up over here. Okay, so that's what we are doing. Okay, so let's see form group. We have each form group here, and we have image indicated. Okay, now let's choose an image file, the category that you want to add. Let's choose an image and see. So let's say we are going for computers. We choose this, and let's see if it's going to be displayed here. So let's find out. It must be around this area. So here, now this image, the source is this. Okay, now when file change, we call this method and new category dot image. We pass it to this image data. Now the model is new category, and that's what we have here. Okay, so you can see we have it here. It has popped up. Now let's add a name. So there's a desktop computers. Let's click on create and see what happens. So you can see category created. Okay, now let's add one more. So let's add a lot. Now there's computers, and you can talk about bags. So you can say traveling bags, then created. Let's go for another one. So you can use cars here. So bench cars, create. Okay, now the next one we can go in for children's wear. So children's clothes. So children's clothes created. Now let's add some. We have cooking utensils. So you can say kitchen utensils. So we add that. Now we go for the next one. Let's see, we have gas burner. So gas burner or gas stove, or is it burner, whatever. Alright, so let's save this. Okay, now let's refresh our application, and then let's see the list of categories that we have. So you can see we have all of them here as category, but you can indicate it as category. So let's go and do it in the nav menu. So I want us to use this UI, not this one, or we have this. So let's use OI dash arrow circle right. We save this here. Now in this all categories, so here you can have div class and tst test light, and you can say categories, and on top here you can also say administration. So let's open this. Okay, so on top here, so test light, and you can write administration. So we save that, and this is going to be presented in there. Okay, so let's see. So it is saving. Let's wait. Okay, so you can see we have categories. This is administration here. We have categories, and these are the categories that we have. Okay, now with each you can check that. Now this is to add category, but if you check home, you see we are having the list of products here. So these are the list of products we have. Now manage category, update and delete. You will see we also have, these are the categories that we have. And now with the update, do you have any update? So this is the URL. So you see desktop computers. Now if I click on this, you see it is desktop computer. So that's the URL. So if I click on this update, let's see. Now there's no update component. So we are going to create the update component and to make this work. Okay, so we can now delete the component here. Let's go in there and create this update component. So with this component, the add component, you're going to add category. You're going to copy this and make a duplicate out of this add category. Then you're going to make it as update category. So let's try to rename this add, and that's going to be update category. So you go in there and delete this. So update category dot razor, and this update category, it is coming in with a parameter. So before this page opens, it must accept a parameter, and this parameter is going to be ID, which is only integer. So let's come here and set a parameter, and this parameter public int ID, and this is get and set. Now when parameter changes, what do you want to do? So override. Now when parameter changes, you want to use on parameter set async, and here let's pass the async keyword. Okay, so you have a new category here, and this is what you want to do. So var category is equal to await category service dot. So get category, you pass in this ID, that is the ID as parameter. Okay, so we check if we can check this message is equal to category dot message, and you can say CSS class is equal to category dot CSS. Then here, if category dot single is not equal to null, that is where you want to set a new category is equal to this category coming in dot single. So if it is not now, we set it to single, but if it is now, we set it to empty. So that is it. Now we save that, and let's see. So it is saving, we wait. So let's see. So let's see. Now it is now loaded. So you see from here we have all these, and if I click on update this, let's see what happens. So update category, and let's see with ID 4, this means category this does not exist. Let's see, update category, and that is a route. Oh, sorry. So this is update category. Let's save this. And now let's wait for the page to reload. So let's check it up. Okay, so you can see category found. Now let's go back to manage category. So update or delete, and let's see. So update this one. If I want to take up this bench, I want to make it as scarce. So click on create. Now let's see what happens. So you have an error here. Let's find out the error in it. So okay, so it's saying that is a start value, M is an invalid start value, and if we check here, I find red internal error. So category service line 18, category service line 18, that's where the problem is coming from. So let's go in there and see category service line 18. So this is the line 18, and so post JSON async, and the results that we are getting here is read from JSON async. So post and read. So this is a service model. We have our category here, and that is, let's try to figure it out again. So it's an invalid start of a value, and so let's see up. Okay, so there's an update, so it shouldn't call add category, but rather it's supposed to be an update category. So let's save this, let's run this again. So it is now loaded. Now it is fine. So let's take off this bench and car. Let's see. So create it. Now this is supposed to be, this is add. Okay, so category created as car. Now let's update this. So we have category, this categories. All right, so these are the categories here. Now let's go for updates. So these are the categories. Now update this. So this what, car. Update this. And now here, let's bring out the bench. Let's click on create. So you have to set it as update. Now because the category updated. Okay, now when you go back to, now you see the update is working. So categories, update and delete, and you can see it is working here. But one left, what you have to do here is to set up the name. So that's an update. Here is not create, but rather update. And instead of using this OI, you can use OI dash arrow circle top. You can use that, and on top here it is not add, rather updates. Yeah, so we save that, and that is it. So let's see. Now you're going to add some of the categories to it, and we can add some of the product as well. So it is now refreshing. Alright, so it is loading this manage categories, and you can see we have them here. Now you can have update and delete. Now you can go for the home. Now this home is a client view. Now administration is going to be the user view. When you create the security, okay, that's the account authorization or authentication, you're going to hide some of these from the user, so you can have access to all this, but this is just the raw one. We haven't created the authorization and authentication. That's why you can see everything here. Alright, so let's see categories, add category, and in here we're going to add this. But before we do this, we have to, there's one thing that maybe I want to talk about. By this category, we've added desktop, traveling bag. So let's see what we have again. Gas burner, we have this and that. So images. Okay, we can talk about hats. That's also interesting as well. So is it female hat? Okay, and created. Let's add a lot more fans. So we have standing fans. Great. The next one, we're gonna have hot plates. So hot plate is an image, so hot plate. Okay, So now let's refresh the whole thing, and let's see the list that we have as a category. So we see all these are categories that we can talk about. Okay, now if you check here, if you click on home, this is a product that we have now. Now this product here does not hold any of these category because we haven't created a relationship between this product and this category. But for now, we are going to maintain this. Now in the next video, we're going to talk about how to create this. Click on this button now to get the whole list of products related to the category. That is what I have clicked now. And also pagination, and to try to talk about how to add carts. Okay, how do you add cart, authentication, and how do you make payment? So we're going to talk about that. But this video I'm going to end here for the end of this series. So this is going to be a series 2. Now series 3 we talk about what I have mentioned here. But I hope this is interesting and you like enjoying this video. Alright, so today we've covered a whole lot. That is performing all the CRUD operations for products and categories, displaying them, adding, editing, updating them, etc. So we've talked about everything as well, and the source code also going to be available, and a quick review version of this will also be available. It won't take less than 1 hour to just review them. For those who know what they're doing, they can just actually watch that video and understand everything. But if you think you want to get it from scratch, then this video is helpful. It's going to help you. Alright, so if you like what I'm doing, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe as well. Share, comment if in case you have any issue with it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I'm going to catch you up in the next series of this video.